You know when you're watching a show and an ad pops up that feels like it was made just for you? Well, it's not a coincidence. There's this quiet revolution happening on all your screens, and it's powered by an algorithm that's totally changing how we watch TV and how it all gets paid for. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the tech that's building the future of entertainment.
All right, before we jump in, just a quick heads up. This whole thing is for educational purposes only. We're here to understand the technology, so please don't take any of this as financial advice. Our only goal here is to get a little smarter about the invisible systems that shape our world. So here's the game plan for today. First, we'll talk about the big problem that TV is facing right now. Then, we'll get into the solution, something called programmatic advertising. We'll look at where it's being used, how it uses data to make crazy smart decisions, and finally, why it's creating a much more valuable future for all the shows we love to watch. Okay, first up, let's dive into a problem that I'm pretty sure every single one of us has. It starts the second you grab your remote, and it has everything to do with your bank account.
Does this feel familiar? I bet it does. You're scrolling through, like a dozen different apps, and every single one has its own monthly bill. You've got that one show over here, that movie over there, and oh yeah, sports are on a completely different service. It all adds up, right? This is what people are calling subscription fatigue, and it is absolutely a real thing.
And look, this isn't just a feeling we have, the numbers back it up. The reality is the cost of all these subscriptions is just getting to be too much for most people. We've kind of hit a breaking point with what we're willing to pay, and that pressure is forcing the whole entertainment industry to figure out a better way. So, this all points to one big conclusion about where we're going. The future of TV probably isn't asking you to sign up for another new service. Instead, it's about creating a smarter, ad-funded model that pays for all this great content without you needing a spreadsheet to track your bills. But wait a minute. If ads are the future, how do we avoid going back to those loud, obnoxious, and just plain irrelevant commercials of the past? Well, that's where the hero of our story comes in: programmatic advertising. The easiest way to wrap your head around this is to imagine a stock market that runs at the speed of light, but for ad space. You've got all the streaming services and apps on one side selling ad slots, and on the other, you have advertisers who want to buy them. This programmatic platform is the automated engine in the middle, making billions of perfect matches every single second. It's pretty wild. So how does it actually happen in that split second before your video loads? It's basically a three-step dance. Step 1, an advertiser, let's say a car company, has a message for people looking to buy an SUV. Step 2, the platform instantly sifts through trillions of possibilities to find the right person at just the right time. And step 3, an auction happens in a millisecond, the car ad wins, and boom, it's on your screen. This all happens with a speed and precision that would have sounded like science fiction not too long ago. Okay, so we know how it works, but now let's talk about where it works. Because this automated ad market isn't just on your TV, it's all over the digital world, constantly looking for the absolute best place to put an ad. And the platform itself is totally impartial. It doesn't care if the best opportunity is on your smart TV during a movie, in the middle of a podcast you're listening to, or inside an app on your phone. It looks at every single option and uses data to figure out which spot is most likely to work for the advertiser. It's all about finding the single best opportunity wherever it might be. You can see why this is such a game changer for advertisers. Instead of having to cut deals with thousands of different companies, they get one single key to unlock this massive world of premium ad space. It just makes a super complicated process incredibly simple and efficient. So what kind of premium inventory are we talking about? Well, we're talking about the biggest names in the game. When giants like Netflix and Disney Plus decided to roll out cheaper, ad-supported plans, this is exactly the kind of tech they rely on to make it work. And it's not just them. It also includes the platforms that are basically the backbone of streaming, like Peacock and Roku. These are the operating systems and apps that millions and millions of us are using every single day. And maybe most importantly, it even extends to the holy grail of television: live sports. Being able to place ads on services like ESPN Plus or the NFL Network is a massive deal, because it means advertisers can reach huge, passionate audiences during those moments that nobody wants to miss. Okay, so we've got the what and the where. But now we're getting to the real secret sauce. How does the system actually know what to do? How does it make these incredibly smart, split-second decisions? Let's go back to our car ad example. How on earth does the platform tell the difference between someone just browsing and someone who's actually ready to buy a car? It's not a lucky guess. It's all about using one key ingredient to connect ad spending to real results. And that ingredient is data. That's it.
Responsible, often anonymized data is the fuel that makes this whole engine run. It's what lets the system go way beyond basic stuff like age and gender and start to understand things like what you're interested in and what you're likely to buy.
The platform digests a few different kinds of data. There's first-party data, which is info a brand has directly from you, like if you went on their website and built your dream car. There's third-party data for broader trends. And then there's retail data, which is huge. It's anonymous shopping data that can actually show if watching an ad led to someone buying a product in a store. And of course, there's contextual data, which is just about matching the ad to the show you're watching. But here's the magic. The platform harmonizes all of it. It uses what are called identity solutions to tie these different clues together for a single anonymous user. It's this perfect blend of AI automation and human strategy that gives a full picture, connecting the dots so an advertiser knows their ad actually worked.
And all of that brings us to the grand finale, the payoff. Why is this data-driven system so important? Well, because it flips the entire business of television on its head. And to get it, we just need to understand one little acronym, CPM.
This one chart says it all. CPM just means cost per mil, which is the price for 1,000 ad views. On old-school TV, an advertiser might pay, say, a $10 CPM and just cross their fingers that the right people were watching. But with data-driven connected TV, they know they're reaching someone who's actually looking for a car. That certainty makes the very same ad slot worth a $20 CPM. By swapping guesswork for proof, the platform literally doubles the value of the ad for the publisher.
So why should you care? Because when advertisers can make smarter buys, they're willing to pay more. And that money goes right back to the people who make the shows and movies you love. This is the economic engine that's going to fund the next wave of amazing content, all while we rely less and less on having to pay for everything ourselves. And that really leaves us with one big, final question to chew on. We're moving from a world where we pay for content with our wallets to one where we pay for it with our attention. As these ads get smarter and more tailored to us, we each have to ask ourselves, is that trade-off, more relevant ads for more free or cheaper content, worth it?
That's all for our deep dive into the algorithm that's changing TV. If you found this useful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more explainers on the tech that's shaping our lives. Thanks for watching.